We have multiple scary updates about both Andre Drummond and Dosumnu about tomorrow's play-in game, as neither of whom practiced this morning, and they could miss the game against the Atlanta Hawks tomorrow in the 9 seed versus 10 seed Bulls-Hawks play-in game to go on to face the loser of the 76ers and the Heat. So we're going to break this down, guys. What's up? Welcome back to Bulls Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video because, guys, Dosumnu and Andre Drummond did not practice today. According to Coach Billy Donovan, Drummond does still have swelling and did not practice. And also, we learned that Dosumnu, despite not practicing, is scrimmaging with the player development coaches full court after the Bulls practice. And he said that he feels better and hopefully the swelling moves in the right direction so he can play tomorrow. Though as of right now, both of them are questionable at best, and that's worrisome. And outside of Dosumnu being one of the best defenders on the Bulls, and Andre Drummond is just a key role player, like Dosumnu, both of them are key role players. Dosumnu also shoots 40% from 3. I'm very worried about what's going to happen when Clint Capela matches up with Nikola Vucevic, because this season, Capela is averaging 11.5 points and 10.5 rebounds. He's had better seasons in the past, but he's still a very, very dangerous rebounder in the NBA. And he was a key part of them going to that 2021 Eastern Conference Finals and giving the Bucks a real run for their money in a 6-game series. The Hawks were very close to making the NBA Finals, and they went all in on that team despite kind of screwing everything that they could have possibly screwed up, like the DeJounte Murray trade and trading John Collins and really just getting rid of a team that was working. And maybe they just capitalized on a year where teams were not that good. I mean, they played a Knicks team that only had Julius Randle, who did not have a good playoff series. And then they went on to play the 76ers in the season when Ben Simmons just kind of started becoming the Ben Simmons that we all know now. So maybe the Bulls just had an easy run, or maybe they were a legit team, but Clint Capela is a massive part of it. And since the 2020-2021 season, Capela has done work on Vucevic, averaging 15 points and 13 rebounds per game. Clint Capela is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. For my money, I'd put him at least top 5. I'd say Mitchell Robinson and Steven Adams, per the numbers, are the two best offensive rebounders in the NBA, though Adams obviously is out with an injury, and Mitchell Robinson has missed around 80% of the season with an injury over in New York. But I'm worried because Andre Drummond is one of the best rebounders in the NBA. He still is. If he was a starter, I assume he'd be averaging around 12, 13 rebounds per game, and we might not have him for this game against the Hawks tomorrow, and I think he could counteract Clint Capela a lot better than Vucevic can. Now, Vuce can pull Capela out of the paint to a degree, but we know Vuce is shooting. He's just, for some reason, he's not able to hit shots this year. His threes are not going down. He's making like 1 3 a game and missing too many shots. The percentages are not there. Honestly, I'm really worried about just Clint Capela and the X factor that he is going into this playoff game, especially when considering his numbers are worse against Drummond in the same time span, as he's averaged 13 points and 12 rebounds along with 1 block. So Drummond definitely has been better against Clint Capela, and I understand Trae Young and DeJounte Murray are the engines that make this team go, but people cannot count out the impact that Capela has, and we're going to get into Trae Young and DeJounte Murray in 1 second, but I definitely think that Andre Drummond is a massive part of this team. Obviously, he won't play at the ends of games, but he will give valuable minutes off the bench. Just like Dosumnu, who we also know is out after taking that injury from Wendell Carter Jr., the former Bull himself. But obviously was traded for Vooch, and now we look back on that trade and have nightmares. But look, as we know, he played in a full court development scrimmage, or a full court scrimmage with the development coaches, I should say. So we know that there's something there. We also know that facing Dosumnu this season, Trae Young has struggled to score the basketball. Dosumnu has done an excellent job defending him. He's only shooting around 21.5% from 3, and then somewhere around 27% from the field. Yes, he's averaging 13.5 assists, but do we really trust Trae Young to get 13, 14 assists with this Atlanta Hawks team? Look, they run pick and rolls very well, and this kind of goes back to having Andre Drummond, but it also matters with Dosumnu, who's one of the best defenders on the team, because when you look at the Atlanta Hawks, I don't know why I keep accidentally showing that, when you look at the Atlanta Hawks, they're a team that runs everything through the pick and roll. Everything starts with a pick and roll action with them, with Trae Young or DeJounte Murray setting it. The Hawks are going to stagger their minutes, obviously, for almost the entire game, if not the entire game. We will see one of DeJounte Murray or Trae Young on the court. That would be the smart play for the Hawks. And we're going to see Capela rolling. We're basically going to have to be able to stop this Hawks pick and roll, or the Bulls will probably lose this game. Like, realistically. It's, can the Bulls stop the pick and roll of the Atlanta Hawks? It's what got them to the conference finals. And look, similar to the Miami Heat, who don't have this, the Bulls have DeMar DeRozan, and he is the best shot creator in the play-in game. I'm not counting Joel Embiid as a shot creator. I don't think that's the right way to kind of discuss Joel's game, but it is the right way to discuss DeMar's game. He's one of the most pure shot creators in NBA history. His time with the Bulls is everyone who, doesn't matter what team you watch, you know how great DeMar DeRozan is. You know how clutch this man is. You know that at the ends of games, if it's tied up with like 2 minutes to go, you're going to feel more comfortable if you're the Bulls because you're like, hey, the Bulls can't just say, let Trae Young ISO and figure it out. Or the Hawks can't say, let Trae Young ISO and figure it out. The Bulls want Trae Young to do that. The Hawks, they can't say that. The Bulls can just be like, yeah, just give it to DeMar. DeMar's got it. And DeMar will figure it out. He is that good. You could trust him like that when it comes to taking shots at the ends of games. The Bulls, they have that. And the Hawks don't. And that matters a lot. Especially because Trae Young has struggled to score the ball. I'm sorry, I'm sick and I keep stuttering. But the Hawks and Trae Young have struggled to score the ball in the past. Now, other times they haven't, and they've put up 150 points. But if the Bulls can throw them off their game, if Dosumnu can get back and just really take Trae Young out of rhythm, then yeah, I think the Bulls have a very good chance to win this game. I already think the Bulls are going to win. Call it bias, call whatever the hell you want. I think the Bulls are going to win this game. I just do. I think they're just a better team. I don't think the Hawks are very good at all. They're only in the play-in because no other team in the Eastern Conference is good. The Bulls are in the play-in because they actually have a legitimate star. I'm not saying Trae Young isn't a star, but they have a legitimate star in DeMar DeRozan. They have a team that fills out decently. Obviously, no real, true floor general, but between Kobe White, who's breaking out, between Alex Caruso, who can also give Trae Young and DeJounte Murray absolute hell and put them in jail, between if Io can get back there and just give Trae Young hell, the Bulls have a lot going for them, a lot more going for them than the Atlanta Hawks do. So hopefully they can get this one done. I think they absolutely will be able to, but it does fall on these injuries. They need Drummond there to guard the pick and rolls because, let's face it, I don't want to see Nikola Vucevic ever guard a pick and roll again. I don't care if it's in the NBA, the G League, overseas, the rec basketball league that I'm playing in tonight. It does not matter to me. I don't want to see Vuce play pick and roll defense. I understand that his defense gets a lot of hate, and that at times he shows that he's not the world's worst defender, but I would rather Drummond down there. He's more physical. I think he's just the better option to throw Capela and Trae Young off. We have a better chance of seeing Trae Young just kind of get stalled by the brick wall that is Andre Drummond. So hopefully the two of them can get back. They're two of the bigger defensive pieces on this team, and it will make Capela harder to give the Hawks second chance points, while also having Drummond there. Obviously more second chance points come from. I don't think there's anything that Drummond's better in the league at giving teams second chance buckets, whether it's a kick out or he's just going back up with it. Hopefully it's a kick out because Drummond, well, we know. We've seen him for 2 years now. But look, I do think that the Bulls are in a decent position to win this game, but they're going to need Io and Drummond healthy. Comment down below, who's guarding Trae Young? Who's guarding DeJounte Murray in your guys' minds? What do you want to see happen? I mean, obviously it's Caruso to a high degree, but also Io if he's there. Do we need these two to win? What is the game plan if we don't get them back? Let me know in the comments down below. Have a great day. Let's watch some Western Conference play-in basketball tonight and get hyped up for tomorrow. Hawks season ends tomorrow. Bulls does not. Have a great day and peace!